Ladies and gentlemen, previously on this YouTube channel, I taught you guys what to do when your opponent plays bishop to c5. I taught you guys the Italian opening. If you haven't seen that video, if you're new to the channel and you haven't seen my video about covering the Italian opening yet, I'd recommend you go watch it after this video, because the Italian opening and the opening I'm going to be teaching you guys today go neck to neck. If you know both of them, then you are just crushing with white and e4. So today I'm going to be teaching you guys what to do if your opponent doesn't play bishop to c5, but rather plays a much more natural move, knight to f6. Today I'm going to be showing you guys the fried liver attack. This opening is so tough to defend as black, because if you do not know what white is doing, or if you do not have prep for this as black, you are most likely gonna lose. And even though you know the prep or what white is doing and you still play into it, you're most likely gonna end up with a bad position in the end of the day. So the fried liver attack goes like this. It starts like this. So you start with e4. 99% of people are responding with e5, of course. This is the natural move. You immediately attack the pawn. They have to protect their pawn. If they protect with their pawn, when that's just a very dumb looking move. Like, if you see anyone protecting with a pawn, they're probably 800 elo. No one is playing this move. It's kind of slow. It doesn't develop a piece. And it blocks their bishop on f for the rest of the game. Or they'll have to again move the pawn, which is slow. So they have to bring out their knight. Then you bring out your bishop. If your opponent plays bishop to c5, then play the Italian opening. And today, I'm going to be showing you what to do if your opponent rather plays knight to f6, the most common counterattack. So, today, we are learning the fried liver attack. I feel like I've said that multiple times. So, the fried liver attack goes like this. Immediately when your opponent plays knight to f6, play the move knight to g5. The threat of this move, your bishop and your knight are both staring at that f7 square. See, at that f7 square. So if your opponent doesn't if your opponent plays something dumb, like let me say this, then you're gonna play knight to f7, and you're gonna win either the rook or the queen. Most likely the queen. No one is giving away a queen for free. So that's the threat of the fried liver attack. You play this move, and the threat is this square, obviously. The only move your opponent has against this, the only move they have, is pawn to d5. And pawn to d5 is kind of weak. Here's how fast the game can end. Look, they take your pawn. Now, your opponent has to give up that pawn, has to completely forget that pawn's existence. This is your opponent sacrificing the pawn, not defending or anything. That pawn is sacrificed, it's not trading. So when you take the pawn, if your opponent makes the huge blunder and takes back your pawn with the knight, then just know they're completely lost. I'm going to show you now. I'm going to show you shortly why that's a bad move. Your opponent strictly has to play this move, kicking away your knight. If your opponent doesn't play that move, then they're most likely going to lose the game. And in fact, even after this move, you can sack your knight and win it back with check. So the fried liver attack is so deadly. I don't even know the best way for black to counterattack it, because maybe just don't play into it as a black. So the best move for black after you bring in your knight here is to play this move. And after taking like back like this, your opponent has to not play knight to d5. And this is the most common move Well, you might think this is just a normal move because it blocks the bishop from that f7 square, and also the knight is protected by the queen. So you might say, "Oh, that's a good move from black," but no, it's not a good move because right in this position, as white, you can sack your knight. The reasoning of this move, the reasoning of this move is after king takes. Watch me carefully. After king takes, you can bring out your queen with check. They only have one move, which is this move. And then you bring out your other knight to attack that knight that is pinned to the king even more. They cannot move this knight. It's pinned. So they only have one move, which is just a counter attack to attack your king and rook. But then you just castle. See how easy this opening is to play. If white, if black makes the mistake to go for your rook, you don't even need to fight for that rook. You just sack it and you just play this move, and your opponent is so dead lost in this position. They're probably gonna lose the game. No, you do not take with a bishop. You take with a knight. Strictly, you take with a knight. So that's how fast this game can end. The only move your opponent has in this position is either to find a very good way to kick out your knight, probably playing bishop here and castling in the next move. But your opponent can strictly after playing this and you play this, and this is the only move they have, remember. And after this, your opponent strictly cannot take with the knight. If they take with a knight, you sack your knight. They take back, then check. They come here. You bring out your knight. They play this move. You just castle. They play something like attacking a rook. Even instead of taking with a knight, you can just immediately start attacking in the center. Just immediately start attacking in the center. They cannot take it because after this, you'll just start a very devastating attack on your opponent that they cannot stop. See, that's how fast the game can end. That's how fast the game can end with the fried liver attack. So let's first go through all the lines here as white. So you bring out your knight, they protect, you bring out your bishop. If they bring out the bishop, then play the Italian opening. Go learn the Italian opening immediately after this video. Because trust me, if you learn those two openings, the Italian and the fried liver, then you're set not to lose as white. Or at least it's gonna increase your win rate as white. So they bring out their knight, then you immediately hop in your knight. They only have one move. Let me show you why this is the only move they have. If they play something dumb, then now you're guaranteed to win a rook. Because they're obviously gonna move their queen. Then you win a rook. And you've left that position so bad that they can no longer even castle short side, which is always the best place to castle. They can no longer castle short side. You've won their rook. Their queen is misplaced. Their bishops are stuck. So they only have one move, which is pawn here. You take it back. If they take, then they're immediately just cooked. Then they're just completely toast. Strictly, don't play this move. This move enables this move for it enables this move for your opponent, which is not good for you. So you play this move. Some of you might be saying, "Oh, then why doesn't your opponent just play this?" Well, that's a bad move because immediately after this move, you've just won the game. They cannot do anything. You've just won the game. There's nothing they can do. Checkmate. That's why the only move they have is to come forward. Let me go back. Let me go through again. So, the fried liver attack. Out of how many games I've played in my chess.com account, I have only lost just less than 5 out of well over 50 games I've played with the fried liver attack. because it is inevitable. They have to come in front. It's the only move, because it's the only move that saves their knight. If they play something else like this, then you just win their knight. You do not even take it with a queen because you're attacking, so you do not want to trade off your queens. You play this move threatening the scholar's mate on f7. So they have to come in front. It's the only move they've got. Then you bring out your knight. It's pinned. They cannot do anything. They have to play something. And if they play something like offering a queen trade, don't even take that trade. Just come back. No, not there. That's a blunder. Just come here. It's a really good move. That's how fast the game can end. See, with this opening, you have left your opponent is king in the middle. You're gonna win back your knight because this knight is pinned, and you're gonna continue attacking it until you win back your knight. And there's literally no reason for you not to play this opening. You're gonna win back the knight you sacrificed. You're gonna win back a pawn. You're gonna win back a lot of material. So here, your opponent's only move is that counter-attacking you. You immediately play this move. Let me say they don't even attack your rook. They play something like this. Then you just take back. No. Then you just attack in the middle. They take. You take. You then they're completely lost. They do not have anything to play for in this position. Your opponents do not have anything to play for in this in this opening. What I would advise you is to go to Chessly or Lotus Chess. If you do not know Lotus Chess, LOTUS, go download it on the Google Play Store or the App Store. It's free. Go download it or go to Chessly, sign in your email and play. You do not need a credit card to access the free trial. Just go try it. Go to the fried liver attack. Learn the opening. Also learn the Italian opening. Once you learn those two openings, then with e4 you're going to be inevitable. Once you learn those two openings, and also learn the Scandinavian opening for white. The Scandinavian opening for white is also a really deadly opening that is also kind of inevitable for white. Go learn the Scandinavian opening for white in case your opponents do not reply with e5, but instead they reply with the Scandinavian. Go learn the Scandinavian opening for white. These are the things you should be learning. Trust me. Once you learn the Italian opening, you learn the fried liver attack, then you're inevitable with e4 because you'll know every possible every possible every possible thing you can play in every situation. Here, you know, if your opponent plays this, oh, I can go for the Italian or fried liver. If your opponent I can go for the Italian or fried liver. Or if you want something even more aggressive, you can go for my favorite opening, which is the Ruy Lopez. The Ruy Lopez is such a crazy opening. Most of you have never heard of it because it's so rare. That's why it's so powerful, because not a lot of people know it. The Ruy Lopez, in the beginning, after bringing out your knight, then you play this move right here. This move threatens to win this pawn on e5 after this thread. So let me say that play this. After this thread, you win back a pawn. You win a free pawn. But go land the opening. Go land the fried liver. Literally, landing the fried liver and landing the Italian opening literally takes you less than an hour. Why not just go do it? Go to Chessly. Trust me. It's very worth it. Go to Chessly. Go to Lotus Chess. Learn the openings. Trust me, you will not regret it. And your own rating will improve so fast. Last month on chess.com, I hit 900 ELO. I hit 1000 ELO. Guess my ELO now. Now I'm on 1200 ELO. Because I always play the Italian opening, the fried liver attack, and the Ruy Lopez. Very rarely, I rarely play the Ruy Lopez, but it's my favorite opening. Go on the Italian, go on the fried liver. Trust me, you will not lose a chess. So thank you so much for watching. Today we learned the fried liver attack. Let me know if there are any variations that you want to learn. I can cover them all on this channel. I can cover them all. If there's another opening that you want to learn, the Catalan, the what, anything, I'll cover it for you. So comment down below the next opening we should cover. And thank you so much for watching. Peace.